Trevor Perkins. The center fielder is Bennett Bradford. In right field, Brady Bate.
I was on Mountain Crest, so I'm just zooming out and I'll
go. The Mountain Crest Mustangs will go as follows in their hitting order. Luke Smith will lead it off, followed by Anthony Peterson. Ty Hall will hit third, Nick Taylor cleanup. Jack Godfrey hitting fifth, Mick Godfrey hitting sixth. Spencer Coombs will hit seventh, Ben Weiss eighth, and Tolian Takis will hit ninth. Tanner Leishman is a defender for the Mountain Crest Mustangs. He is out of the hitting lineup, as a designated hitter will be Tolian Takis. So, as we get set to begin, we want to thank those who are bringing this game to us. In Spanish Fort, the Car Guys sponsoring the instant replay located at 872 North Main in Spanish Fort. 798-0077 is the number where you can reach them. Quality cars, trucks, and vans. Most of them are still under factory warranty. And so we encourage you to get down and support them. Also, we would like to thank, being our live sponsor, J-Mart Printing in Spanish Fork, located at 270 North Main. Lane Henderson can take basically anything and in any format and print whatever you need. Business cards, wedding invitations, magnets. Think of it. He'll print it. So we're getting set to begin here.
The center fielder, number 44, Luke Smith.
That'll bring up Luke Smith. As Maverick Buffo taking the mound for Spanish Fork, 8-2 record on the season. Already committed to become a Brigham Young Cougar next year, and a first pitch shot into left field, giving chases Perkins, and it's off the wall. Extra bases for Luke Smith. One pitch is all it took for Luke Smith to garner a double. And the Mustangs off to a solid start.
The shortstop, number 3.
That'll bring up Anthony Peterson. I said hitting six was Mick Godfrey. I was wrong. It's Mick Tidrow. So my apologies there for the Mountain Crest Mustangs. As a pitch number 1 coming from Buffo, misses inside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. The loser of this game will take on the Salem Hills Skyhawks tomorrow. That'll be an 11 a.m. game. The winner waits until Thursday at 1:30 to play. The winner between Bountiful and Skyline. Pitch upstairs, 2-0. The Dons had their hands full with the Murray Spartans on Wednesday last week. Dons overcame and won 10-8. As Jim Nelson, the coach of the Spanish Fort Dons, celebrated his last home game with a win there. Buffo still watching Coombs at second, pitching there for a strike. 2-1 the count. The wind today blowing a little bit out of the west, but they say expect a shift in that and to get stronger as the day progresses out of the south. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, see how that affects this contest. Third baseman pinched in for the Dons. There's a shot up the middle. It'll be a base hit and an RBI for Anthony Peterson. So a single and a run scored for the Mustangs. 2 in a row. The Mustangs with a early 1-0 lead. Ty Hall, the hitter.
Third baseman, number 8, Ty Hall.
Buffo, in his first game of the tournament, did not allow a run. Neither did Ben Weiss, who is pitching today in his first outing, as they came up with a 1-0 win over It was Wasatch, I believe, in their first game, coming out with a 1-0 victory, and then a 2-1 victory in their second. So the Dons, they're seeing a team that hasn't posted a lot of runs, but they haven't given up much. That 1-0 lead's huge for Mountain Crest at this point, as Ty Hall looking at a 1-0 count. Peterson with his lead at first. Pitch on the way. Misses. 2-0. Taco Time sponsoring the player of the game today, located behind Deseret Book in Spanish Fork. If you are in the neighborhood, we encourage you to visit Taco Time in Spanish Fork. Off of Highway 6, pitch, shot, base hit into right field. Mountain Crest teeing off on Maverick Buffo here in the first. 3 straight hits, 2 of which have been doubles. One nothing still the lead for Mountain Crest as the runners held and Peterson at third, but now the cleanup hitter, Nick Taylor, coming to the plate. Pitch from Buffo, misses upstairs, 1-0. Fielders playing basically straight up for Spanish Fork, playing their positions. A little deeper than I would normally see from third. Ryan Golish over there at third base, playing a little further back than I would expect. A ground ball to him. They're certainly going to want to cut off that run from third from Peterson. Pitch, swing and a miss. So 1-2 count now as Buffo ahead. Still nobody out. And a 1-0 Mountain Crest lead. Top of the first inning was pretty brutal for Spanish Fork the other day as a swing and a miss strikeout. First out of the game comes by a K from Maverick Buffo as Taylor goes down swinging. That'll bring up Jack Godfrey. Catcher. Ducks on the pond. Buffo, an overpowering pitcher, has a fastball in the low 90s. There's a little blooper into center field. That'll be a base hit. They will send Ty Hall from second, and in he goes to score. And a bad throw from center, and an early 3-0 lead for the Mustangs. Four hits in the inning for Mountain Crest against a pitcher who does not give up a lot of runs. And automatically Spanish Fork putting Tanner Nielsen in the bullpen. Mick Tidrow, the hitter. Right fielder, lefty, with a runner at first base in Godfrey. 2 RBIs for him. Time called as White's Nelson out to the mound. So we'll hang out here for just a second as 4 hits recorded already by Mountain Crest. Spanish Fork had to sit back and watch Murray tee off for 3 runs in the first inning the other day, but they were able to come back and win that one against the Spartans. The color orange proving to be tough for the top-ranked team in the state this year in Spanish Fork. So we're set to get things back underway as you see Tanner Nielsen in the bullpen for the Dons. And that game 4 Spanish Fork The starting pitcher only lasted 2 innings. That was Bennett Bradford. As Mount Crest has been able to keep their arms fresh, they have only used 2 pitchers in the tournament. Runner checked. Pitch in the dirt. 1-0 is the count. As a speed-up runner is in at first base. Didn't catch the name there, and I apologize for that. Pitch on the way. In their first strike from Maverick Buffo. So far, as I mentioned before, the velocity of Buffo and the clocked in the low to mid-90s has not been an intimidation for Mountain Crest today. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch fouled off. And the count goes to 1-2. Don's playing for a double play. Cooper Thorpe near second base as well as Hayes Hall at short. Buffo looking, pitch on the way, popped up, foul, down the third base line, out of play. Weather's supposed to be pretty good all week. Chance of storms tomorrow and Thursday, according to KSL. As I was tuned in there on my way over here today. The 1-2 offering from Buffo. Curveball, swing and a miss, just off speed. Sends down Mick Tidrow for his second strikeout. Maverick Buffo, both outs coming via strikeout. That'll bring up Spencer Coombs, the first baseman.
Number 5, Spencer Coombs.
So making his first plate appearance is Coombs. Number 7 hitter in the lineup for Mountain Crest. Pitch on the way from Buffo, fouled out of play. Still one more game this evening between Bountiful and Skyline to determine who will play the winner of this one. Again, this is a huge game for both teams. Cut a lot of corners by winning games, especially when you move away from the home sites. You win games, you're stay in that winner's bracket. Certainly is a benefit as far as your arms are concerned at pitchers. Runner checked. 1-1 the count. One pitch off speed, and Jade Nielsen trying to frame that one for the umpire. Doesn't work. 2-1. 2-1, 2 away. Pitch on in their first strike. Off speed on a 2-1. Runner steals second base. So stolen base puts one in scoring position on a 2-2 count. I don't know that anybody really gave Jade Nielsen much notification that the runner was going behind the plate. Had me fooled. So Coombs facing a 2-2 count with the runner at second. Pitch on the way for Maverick Buffo. Upstairs, full count. So a payoff pitch coming. No need for the runner to go, no force. Ben Weiss waiting on deck. Pitch. That's going to be a blooper. Will it fall? Hayes Hall won't get to it. Another run going to plate for the Mustangs. An RBI single for Coombs. Crazy 5 hits in the inning for Mountain Crest. Ben Weiss, the hitter. Weiss, who will be on the mound today. It's caused a lot of problems for a lot of hitters this year. Not a especially huge guy, but he's looking to help his own cause at the plate. Here in the 8th slot, runner at first. Pitch on the way from Buffo, fouled off. 0-2 quickly to Ben Weiss. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, and a 4-0 Mountain Crest lead as Buffo backs off. The 0-2 pitch coming. Go after him? Yes, they do. He's fouled away. Sometimes a waste pitch, sometimes go right after the hitter. Weiss staying alive. Two hits of this inning have been floating singles that have resulted in 3 of the 4 runs. Called strike 3 will send Weiss to the dugout. The fielders for Spanish Fork were active, just not getting any outs. 3 strikeouts for Maverick Buffo, although 4 runs given up over 5 hits. And that will end the top half of the first inning as Spanish Fork getting set to come to bat. We will take a look at Mountain Crest defensively. Nick Taylor in left. Luke Smith out in center field. The right fielder, Mick Tidrow. Infielders will go as follows. Ty Hall at third. Anthony Peterson at short. Tanner Leishman is at second base. The first baseman will be Spencer Coombs. Catching is Jack Godfrey for Ben Weiss, who is on the mound, a lefty, who will be doing what he can to give the Spanish Fork Dons all they can handle. Bennett Bradford will lead it off for Spanish Fork. Hayes Hall, second in the lineup today. Brady Bate will hit third. Brock Nelson cleanup. Trevor Perkins will hit fifth. Jade Nielsen hitting sixth. Ryan Golish seventh. Cooper Thorpe will hit eighth, with Nick Roberts rounding out the lineup for the Spanish Fork Dons as a designated hitter. Maverick Buffo, the pitcher, not in the hitting lineup for the Dons. As a few final pitches coming from Ben Weiss of the Mustangs. Pitching has been one of the solid points in a successful 4A season for the Mountain Crest Mustangs, winners of Region 5, Spanish Fork, the winners of Region 8. And strangely enough, I need to mention all 4 of the number 1 seeds are the 4 teams remaining in the winners bracket. Also, Bountiful and Skyline winners of their respective regions. Skyline tied with Murray in Region 7, but drew the coin toss as the number 1 seed. Bennett Bradford, the hitter. First pitch, Bradford swinging, fouls it away. 0-1 the count. To the leadoff hitter of Spanish Fork. Curve ball in there for a strike, 0-2. Time called. As the Spanish Fork Dons fans hoping for a little revenge of what happened in the top of the first inning. There's a little waste pitch there by Weiss. A 1-2 count. 4-0 Mountain Crest early. The 1-2. Curveball misses. You can hear the wind kind of picking up a little bit. It's anticipated that will be a common occurrence this afternoon. Just continued building up a wind speed, and Bennett Bradford goes down swinging. One down. That'll bring up Hayes Hall. Hayes Hall, a huge part of Spanish Fork's win over Murray, as he not only closed out the game for the Dons and shut down the Spartans in 4 innings of action. 12 outs as strikeouts, but also with his bat as well, finishing with a double, a single, and 3 RBIs, including the game winners. 1-0. Strike. And the 1-1 pitch. Fastball, this time Hall pushes it out to right field. It's deep and to the fence, and making the snag is Godfrey out in right field. 2 down. Solid shot from Hayes Hall, especially the south wind blowing the way it is. It is shallow out in right field, where the
Right fielder number 10, Brady Bate.
the depth out there is 312 feet to the corner. Only 305 in left. Brady Bate, the hitter for the Dons, and watches ball 1 go by. Dimensions of this field, if you haven't been here before, are a little different. As I mentioned, 305 in the left, but the power alleys are well over 400 feet. Well, actually in right field only 388. Center field at 308, or excuse me, 408, and then in left field, deep left center field, it's 420, and then again 312 down the right field line. Two down, 2-1 the count to Brady Bate. Pitch as Bate pops one up out in right field. Again, Godfrey and right settles under it. 3 up, 3 down. Dons go down in order. The Spanish Fork heading to the diamond. We'll take a break.
No hits, no errors. There were no runners left on base after 1 complete.
At J-Mart, we give away an elegantly framed piece of art every month. To enter, simply go to facebook.com/jmartprint and copy. You could win one of these beautiful canvas prints. And if you have a photo of your own you would like to enlarge and frame, come to J-Mart and leave a lasting legacy.
Well, it's fun to dine at Taco Time. The service is great and the food is fine. So when you're feeling hungry, look for this sign and bring the family down to Taco Time. You can dine right in or take away. Be pleasantly surprised at the price you pay. The finest food, our own special way. That's Taco Time, we're open every day.
Taco Time at 641 Kirby Lane in Spanish Fork.
Due up for the Mountain Crest Mustangs here in the second inning. Tullian Takis, Luke Smith, Anthony Peterson, 9, 1, and 2 in the order for the Mustangs. As Tullian, the only hitter, seeing Buffo for the first time today. Pitch on the way for Maverick, misses for ball 1. Spent pretty much the entire first inning, aside from his first pitch, pitching from the stretch as opposed to the windup. This time coming with the strike, making the count 1-1. On still with some bullpen action. The 1-1 pitch. missing. Count 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch, swing and foul. 2-2. Again, Buffalo in the first inning recorded 3 strikeouts. With the way Mountain Crest was hitting the ball and slapping it all over the diamond. And he's got strikeout number 4. Another looking K. That's a 4th of the game. 1 down. That'll bring up Luke Smith in the first inning. Doubled the lead it off for the Mustangs and scored a run as well. Looking to bring back some of that momentum for Mountain Crest with 1 away and a curveball strike. As you'll notice, Spanish Fork does not take a lot of time in between pitches. The pitcher and catcher are the ones who communicate, and never is a pitch called from the dugout for Spanish Fork. Jade Nielsen, the catcher for the Dons, along with his pitchers, they know what they're going to do. They have a plan, and they trust each other. And another shot from Luke Smith. Singles out into left. That will bring up Anthony Peterson. Top of this lineup.
Shortstop, number 3, Anthony Peterson.
It's been a struggle for Spanish Fork, at least to this point. Peterson singled his last at bat, has an RBI and a run scored on a lazy blooper over the second baseman, Cooper Thorpe. Pitch on the way. Jade Nielsen wanted it. The umpire didn't give it to him. As Peterson shows bunt. One oh the count. Certainly a threat to steal is Luke Smith at first base. Buffalo keeping an eye on him. 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. 1-1. As Utah Valley University and Brent Brown Ballpark hosting the 4A state championships this year. One the count. In there for strike 2. 1-2. The count. Buffalo taking his time. You don't see that a whole lot. Curveball just misses near the letters. And a 2-2 count. Jade Nielsen discussing it with the umpire there. Six hits recorded by the Mustangs so far. Time called. He held it up. He had called timeout at Anthony Peterson. And little does anybody know, the umpire had granted it to him. Buffo brought the pitch, and somehow Peterson got his right hand back on the bat and took a cut. Made contact. And earned himself another pitch. Pretty impressive, though. As Buffo had spent a little extra time checking out Smith at first. Pitch on the way. Runner goes. Called ball 2, and the runner, Luke Smith, steals second. So 2 stolen bases for the Mustangs today, and a runner in scoring position. The count goes to 3-2. Pitch looked pretty good. course, the batter has to protect here in Anthony Peterson. Pitch on the way for Buffo, fouled away. Early on here, Buffo garnering up a decent-sized pitch count. So the count full with one away, runner at second base, and a 4-0 Mountain Crest lead. Again, Buffo checking Smith back to the bag. Pitch misses, ball 4 in the dirt. So 2 aboard. First walk issued by Buffo today, and out to the mound once again, White's Nelson of Spanish Fork, and a pitching change will be made. We'll take a break. 4-0 Mountain Crest over the Dons. We'll be right back.
Fill up your gas tank at the same time you fill yourself at the dugout. On the way to the job site, the office, or the ballpark, pop in for everything you need. Hot drinks, cold drinks, any size you want of all your favorite flavors. Build your own fresh salad to go, for now or later, or choose from our home-styled sandwiches and fresh-baked goods. Whether you're close to home plate or close to your home, swing by the dugout, located next to the ballparks in Spanish Fork.
Calvin Youd, Randy Brailsford, the car guys of Spanish Fork.
We're really excited about what we're able to do and provide for the community. Our goal is that we will sell you a quality car that's clean, that you'll feel proud of at a good, reasonable price.
The right place, dedicated service beyond the sale.
Security Insurance Agency, serving the community with personal service since 1964. Longtime customer, Lane Henderson.
He's covered my business to my home and everything, provided excellent coverage throughout the years. Personally takes care of my needs, so I really appreciate that personal touch.
Let Clark Swenson and his entire staff take care of you. Security Insurance Agency, 290 North Main in Spanish Fork, or call 798-3500.
Tanner Nielsen, the new pitcher for the Dons, is 2 aboard here in the second inning. And Ty Hall coming to the plate, the number 3 hitter, as the lefty coming in for the Dons in some relief for Maverick Buffo, who lasted 1 1/3 inning, and every single out he recorded was a strikeout. Pitch on the way from Nielsen. Line shot, back to Nielsen, and he'll get a play at second for the 3rd out. 1 pitch, 2 outs. Good enough. We will head to the bottom of 2. Spanish Fork trailing the Mountain Crest Mustangs by a score of 4-0.
At J-Mart, we give away an elegantly framed piece of art every month. To enter, simply go to facebook.com/jmartprintandcopy. You could win one of these beautiful canvas prints. And if you have a photo of your own you would like to enlarge and frame, come to J-Mart and leave a lasting legacy.
Well, it's fun to dine at Taco Time. The service is great and the food is fine. So when you're feeling hungry, look for this sign and bring the family down to Taco Time. You can dine right in or take away. Be pleasantly surprised at the price you pay. The finest food, our own special way. That's Taco Time, we're open every day.
Taco Time at 641 Kirby Lane in Spanish Fork.
Due up for Spanish Fork in the second inning will be Brock Nelson, Trevor Perkins, and Jade Nielsen. 4, 5, and 6 in the Dons lineup after the first inning was a 3-up, 3-down outing for the Dons. As Ben Weiss looking to continue his solid game. Has a strikeout, a couple of flyouts. The Dons still waiting for their first hit after they've witnessed Mountain Crest bust out 6 early on the Dons and post 4 runs. Brock Nelson, the hitter, facing an 0-1 count. Digs in, a lefty. And the ball fouled away as the Dons again with that bullpen action. Hayes Hall in the pen for the Dons. He'll have to take his bullpen throws as an umpire. The umpire, I don't know what's going on in the Spanish Fort dugout. Not sure what's going on down there. Anyway, we'll get back to action as Brock Nelson digs in. And the 0-2 pitch. Missing outside. Trying to get Brock to chase. 1-2. As the traffic noise behind in the background, you'll probably be able to hear fairly clearly as rush hour begins and a ground out. 1 away. That'll bring up Trevor Perkins. Mountain Crest already in their second round of hitting. All the Dons have yet to see a base runner. Jade Nielsen waiting on deck for the Dons. As pitch from Weiss on the way, low. One-0. There's the offering and a shot out into left center field from Trevor Perkins, but with plenty of room, Smith in center field making the play. 2 away. That'll bring up Jade Nielsen.
Now batting the catcher, number 5, Jade.
For his first time in this contest. Pitch on the way, and Jade fouls off the first one. 0-1 the count. One pitch, that one in the dirt. I'm sure Mountain Crest hoping to see what they have continued. They hope to continue to see what they have seen at this point, which is a low pitch count from Ben Weiss, because as the tournament goes on, those arms are vital to success. You don't know how deep some of these teams are as far as their rotation is concerned. 2-1. There's a base. No, it isn't. It's a line shot. I thought it was going to drop. It just kept carrying. Line shot out for Jade Nielsen. Second consecutive 3-up, 3-down inning. Through 2. Mountain Crest 4. Spanish Fork nothing on Spanish Fork 17, KSL.com, and DeseretNews.com.
Fill up your gas tank at the same time you fill yourself at the dugout. On the way to the job site, the office, or the ballpark, pop in for everything you need. Hot drinks, cold drinks, any size you want of all your favorite flavors. Build your own fresh salad to go, for now or later, or choose from our home-styled sandwiches and fresh baked goods. Whether you're close to home plate or close to your home, swing by the dugout, located next to the ballparks in Spanish Fork.
Security Insurance Agency, serving the community with personal service since 1964. Longtime customer, Lane Henderson.
He's covered from my business to my home and everything, provided excellent coverage throughout the years. Personally takes care of my needs, so I really appreciate that personal touch.
Let Clark Swenson and his entire staff take care of you. Security Insurance Agency, 290 North Main in Spanish Fort, or call 798-3500.
Tanner Nielsen for Spanish Fork has had a rough outing so far. 1 pitch and 2 outs. As he took a line shot of the pitcher's mound. He snagged it, went to first to clean up the second inning for the Dons, who were facing potential runs from Mountain Crest as due up for the Mustangs. Nick Taylor, Jack Godfrey, and Mick Tidrow. 4, 5, and 6 for Mountain Crest. Taylor struck out his first time up as the cleanup hitter. Pitch on the way for Nielsen, a swing and a miss, way ahead of it. Nielsen, one of those pitchers for Spanish Fork who will not necessarily overpower you with fastballs, but he's got a lot in his arsenal to use. As that one just misses low. The count 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch from Nielsen, a ground ball to third, off the chest of Golish. He's got time and gets Nick Taylor at first for the out. Ryan Golish at third base took one off the letters. Did a good job at keeping it in front of him. Records the first out of the inning, and Jack Godfrey, the hitter. Godfrey singled his first time up, 2 RBIs. And a run scored. At least his speed-up runner scored for him. That one missing for ball 1. And that one missing just outside in a 2-0 count. So 2 balls, no strikes, no time wasted. Pitch, ground ball again to Golish at third. This time fields it cleanly, throw to first. In time for the out. 2 straight third base ground balls, 2 outs, and that'll bring up Nick Tidrow, who struck out his first at bat.
Playing right field, number 17, Mick Tidrow.
Pitch on the way, and there for a strike. That one looked, to the Mountain Crest fans, a little low, making it heard to the home plate umpire. 0-1. There's one fouled away. So Mountain Crest not having much trouble getting around on Nielsen. As I mentioned before, he's not going to overpower you by any means, but he does a good job at keeping the ball on the ground. Throwing pitches that are a little lower, this time going up high. The waist pitch, hoping to get Tidrow to chase, misses. 1-2 the count. Nielsen brings him back down. Pitch in the dirt. 2-2. Two away, 4-0 Mountain Crest here in the top of 3. Pitch, ground ball, first base side. Brock Nelson can't handle it. Cooper Thorpe barehands it, and Brock blocks the way. Tanner Nielsen might have had a shot at it, but that will be recorded as an error on Spanish Fork. We'll bring up Spencer Coombs. 7th hitter in the lineup for Mountain Crest. His first time up, singled, and has an RBI. That was in the first inning, of course, where all of Mountain Crest runs were scored. Pitch on the way. That went in there for a strike for Nielsen. A 1 pitch. There's a ground ball to Hayes Hall. He'll just go to first with it. Get the final out of the inning. We're through 2.5. Mountain Crest 4, Spanish Fork nothing.
No runs, no hits. There was one Spanish Fork.
At J-Mart, we give away an elegantly framed piece of art every month. To enter, simply go to facebook.com/jmartprintandcopy. You could win one of these beautiful canvas prints. And if you have a photo of your own you would like to enlarge and frame, come to J-Mart and leave a lasting legacy.
Well, it's fun to dine at Taco Time. The service is great and the food is fine. So when you're feeling hungry, look for this sign and bring the family down to Taco Time. You can dine right in or take away. Be pleasantly surprised at the price you pay. The finest food, our own special way. That's Taco Time, we're open every day.
Taco Time at 641 Kirby Lane in Spanish Fork.
Due up for the Spanish Fork Dons in the bottom of the third inning. Ryan Golish, Cooper Thorpe, and Nick Roberts. They are the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Dons. This game started right on time, scheduled for 4:30. We began at 4:30, which is somewhat strange considering there were 2 games prior to this one. Usually get bumped a little bit as far as time is concerned with games that could go a little bit longer prior to, but schedules stayed pretty strong today here at Brent Brown Ballpark as ball 1 on the first pitch to Ryan Golish. Cooper Thorpe waiting on deck. There's a strike. 1-1. Pitch. That one called a strike. 1-2. So far, Ben Weiss. No base runners allowed and a strikeout. Number 2 recorded against Ryan Golish. And there's one down. Cooper Thorpe, the hitter for Spanish Fork.
Second baseman, number 1, Cooper Thorpe.
Again, the Dons still working on their first round of hitting in their lineup. As Thorpe, the number 8 hitter for Spanish Fork, takes ball 1. Pitch on the way, and that one in there for a strike. 2-0. Excuse me, 1-1. I'll get my head on straight sooner or later. So 1-1 the count, 1 down. Pitch upstairs, 2-1. Is Thorpe. Looked like he kind of wanted that one a little bit before he realized it was a little high. Here's the 2-1 from Ben Weiss. Pitch, swing and a miss. Fouled away, for a strike. 2-2. Two, 1 down. Offering to Cooper Thorpe. Curveball. Thorpe, line shot. Nice play at short by Peterson. 2 down. And Nick Roberts coming to the plate for Spanish Fork is a 9 hitter and the designated hitter.
Number 12, Nick Roberts.
Roberts has been pretty solid for Spanish Fork in state tournament play as a 9 hitter. And he is looking to somehow jumpstart Spanish Fork's offense, which just hasn't existed today, but give plenty of credit to Ben Weiss, who's just been on his marks. Time called. He's asking for a new baseball. So 1-0 the count. Following this contest, if you're tuned into KSL.com or DeseretNews.com, there will be a live streaming of the Bonneville Skyline game to follow at 7 o'clock. 2-0 to Nick Roberts. Two-0 pitch in there for a strike. 2-1. With his delivery, Ben Weiss has done a good job keeping the Dons hitters off balance. As that one fouled away and out of play. The count, 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 down. Two-two offering. Called strike 3. Nick Roberts goes down looking. And another 3 up, 3 down inning. Not a base runner has been allowed yet. 4-0 Mountain Crest after 3.
Fill up your gas tank at the same time you fill yourself at the dugout. On the way to the job site, the office, or the ballpark, pop in for everything you need. Hot drinks, cold drinks, any size you want of all your favorite flavors. Build your own fresh salad to go, for now or later, or choose from our home-styled sandwiches and fresh baked goods. Whether you're close to home plate or close to your home, swing by the dugout, located next to the ballparks in Spanish Fork.
Security Insurance Agency, serving the community with personal service since 1964. Longtime customer, Lane Henderson.
He's covered my business to my home and everything, provided excellent coverage throughout the years. Personally takes care of my needs, so I really appreciate that personal touch.
Let Clark Swenson and his entire staff take care of you. Security Insurance Agency, 290 North Main in Spanish Fork, or call 798-3500.
And Pleasant Grove defeated Taylorsville 12-3.
Due up for Mountain Crest here in the 4th inning, Ben Weiss, Tullian Takis, and Luke Smith. 8-9-1 for the Mustangs. Weiss struck out his first time up. Has not faced Tanner Nielsen yet. There's a ground ball to second. Cooper Thorpe making a charge. Nice play for the out. 1 down. And that will bring up Tullian Takis, the designated hitter for Mountain Crest. He struck out his first at bat. So far, no hits allowed by Tanner Nielsen of the Dons.
The batter, the designated hitter, number 25.
1 base runner allowed off of an error in the 3rd inning. Pitch on the way. Line shot to center. Routine as Brady Bate, the center fielder, settles under it. Didn't have to move more than 3 or 4 feet to make that play. So, 2 down. That quick. And that will bring up Luke Smith, who's been nothing shy of solid for the Mustangs today. A double, a run scored, and a single is the number 1 hitter for Mountain Crest. Pitch from Nielsen. Missing for ball 1. That one a line drive, center field, right center field, and making the play on it is Brady Bate for the 3rd out, is giving chase. Or excuse me, that was Bennett Bradford. I've been saying Brady Bate. Bennett Bradford's in center, but Bate caused Bradford some headache there, but Bradford makes a play for the 3rd out. 3.5 gone. We're halfway through the contest. Mountain Crest 4, Spanish Fork nothing.
At J-Mart, we give away an elegantly framed piece of art every month. To enter, simply go to facebook.com/jmartprintandcopy. You could win one of these beautiful canvas prints. And if you have a photo of your own you would like to enlarge and frame, come to J-Mart and leave a lasting legacy.
Well, it's fun to dine at Taco Time. The service is great and the food is fine. So when you're feeling hungry, look for this sign and bring the family down to Taco Time. You can dine right in or take away. You're pleasantly surprised at the price you pay. The finest food, our own special way. That's Taco Time, we're open every day.
Taco Time at 641 Kirby Lane in Spanish Fork.
Again, we'd like to thank our live sponsors, J-Mart Printing in Spanish Fork, 280 North Main Street. Wayne Henderson and his staff, they can take care of you in more ways than one. Wedding invitations, business cards, magnets, nearly anything you need can be printed at J-Mart. As the Dons have Bennett Bradford, Hayes Hall, and Brady Bate due up here in the fourth inning. The 1, 2, and 3 hitters only making their second plate appearances. The Dons have yet to get a base runner. Bennett Bradford, the hitter, struck out his last time up. Looking for a little redemption here. Way ahead on that one in the count, 1-1. Again, Weiss he's really good, it appears to me, at disguising his pitch as well. Leaving his hand, it looks like, keeping the Dons hitters on edge. They might be thinking fastball, but it's actually coming in as something different. The Dons are just not catching up to him quite yet. We'll see if the Dons can right the ship here in the fourth. Pitch on the way. There's a ground ball to second. A weak one. Play made for the out. Leishman, who is not in the hitting lineup again for Mountain Crest. Tanner Leishman at second base making that play. He'll bring up Hayes Hall. Flew out to center, to right in his first at bat on a deep fly out. The Dons 10 hitters in without anything to do. There's a lazy fly ball in the shallow ground and foul ground as no one able to get to it. And the count at 0-1. Angle I'm at here, I can't even see. So 0-1 the count to Hayes Hall. Brady Bate on deck for the Dons, who did the same as Hall in his at bat, flying out right. No balls, 1 strike. 1 down. 1 pitch. Hall, grounder to second. Again, Leishman making the play for the out. Tanner Leishman busy here in the first 2 batters of the fourth. 2 down, Brady Bate the hitter. Flew out to right his first time up.
Play right field, number 10, Brady Bate.
The winner of this one, again, gets to take tomorrow off. The loser of this one, playing at 11 a.m. against the Salem Hill Skyhawks, who had an 8-2 victory over Woods Cross in the game before this one. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Brady Bate, the number 3 hitter in the Dons lineup. Three strikeouts recorded by Weiss today, as he has been pitching from the windup from the get-go. Fouled away. Count 1-2. As again, we want to thank the car guys for sponsoring the player of the game, the instant replay. 872 North Main in Spanish Fork. 798-0077 is the number where you can reach them. Two pitch. That one close, but leaves it alone and the count full. So a big one coming here for Weiss. Curveball misses for ball 4. So the Dons are their first base runner of the ball game due to a walk. Brady Bate aboard for the Dons. And now Ben Weiss will be throwing from the stretch for the first time today. Brock Nelson is the hitter for Spanish Fort, grounded to second in his first plate appearance. As Bate gets a lead, he is a steal threat for Spanish Fort. And the count at 1-0. With one away. Brock Nelson, the son of Spanish Fork head coach Jim Nelson, also goes by the name Shu. In his final year coaching the Spanish Fort Dons, one win away from tying John Hoover as the winningest coach in Utah baseball history. Hoover with Pleasant Grove until 2004, and then from 2005 to 2011, John Hoover coached at Cottonwood. Shu has spent his entire career coaching Spanish Fork. He took a break for a little while in the mid-90s as an assistant coach for the BYU Cougars. Came back a year later. Foul ball. And close down the third base line as Hall gave chase to it. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 down to Brock Nelson. As now the game has slowed down a little bit, Weiss is showing some concern. Brady Bate at first base. Pitch. That one misses. 3-1. It gets interesting with some of these pitchers, and you could see it with Spanish Fork as well, how much pitching out of the stretch can change things as far as hitters' confidence and pitchers' confidence at the same time. 3-1, shot out in right field, and a base hit, the first one of the game for the Dons. Brady Bate holds up at second base, but a single. Spanish Fork with their first threat at second base due to a Brock Nelson single to right. Trevor Perkins coming to the plate. Flew out to center his first time up. Wind continuing to blow a little bit from the right field foul pole towards the left field foul pole. A ball hit out to left field could carry. Curveball strike. Perkins watches one go by as Weiss under his first little bit of trouble here in this ball game. That one missing away is lined up away. The count 1-1. Mountain Crest has gone 19 innings now, 18 innings, and have given up 1 run, and that being in state tournament play. That's pretty solid. Blooper, right field, no. Play made for the third out, but on strand 2, the Mustangs get out of it. Through 4, Mountain Crest 4, Spanish Fort nothing.
Fill up your gas tank at the same time you fill yourself at the dugout. On the way to the job site, the office, or the ballpark, pop in for everything you need. Hot drinks, cold drinks, any size you want of all your favorite flavors. Build your own fresh salad to go, for now or later, or choose from our home-styled sandwiches and fresh baked goods. Whether you're close to home plate or close to your home, swing by the dugout, located next to the ballparks in Spanish Fork.
Security Insurance Agency, serving the community with personal service since 1964. Longtime customer, Lane Henderson.
He's covered my business to my home and everything, provided excellent coverage throughout the years. Personally takes care of my needs, so I really appreciate that personal touch.
Let Clark Swenson and his entire staff take care of you. Security Insurance Agency, 290 North Main in Spanish Fort, or call 798-3500.
Due up here in the 5th inning for the Mustangs. Anthony Peterson, Ty Hall, and Nick Taylor, 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup for the Mustangs. As the Dons still with Tanner Nielsen on the mound. The Dons had to pull their ace. 1 out into the 2nd inning. Now how does that play for Spanish Fork? Could play well as far as saving an arm is concerned. Not a great outing for Maverick Buffo as he gave up those 4 runs in the first, but he also recorded 4 strikeouts. Every out he recorded was a K. Strike. 1-1 the count from Tanner Nielsen. Taco Time sponsors a player of the game. We invite you to try some great Southwest flavors at Taco Time, so visit the nearest one to you. In Spanish Fork, it's located behind Deseret Book in Spanish Fork off Highway 6. 2 balls, 1 strike. The count to the hitter, Anthony Peterson, who's walked and singled. And now in a 3-1 count, forcing Tanner Nielsen to bring one here. The pitch. In there for strike 2. Right at the knees. Couldn't have placed it any better, and the count full. As Ty Hall waits his turn on deck. Pitch, line shot right at Cooper Thorpe at second base for the out. 1 down. That'll bring up Ty Hall, the 3-hitter in the lineup for Mountain Crest. Doubled his first time up.
Third baseman, number 8, Ty Hall.
In there for a strike. Or no, that one missing. Looked good from where I was sitting, but I'm along the first baseline, so I don't have the best point of view as to where Jade Nielsen, the catcher for the Dons, was set up, but that one misses. We want to thank KSL and DeseretNews.com for bringing you the live stream of this contest. So the count 2-1 to the hitter, Ty Hall. Pitch, line shot, and right in the right place at the right time, a Don's infielder. This time the shortstop, Hayes Hall. So what should have been 2 solid singles, unluckily for Mountain Crest, became 2 outs due to proper infield placement. Nick Taylor, the hitter for Mountain Crest. He struck out and grounded to third. The cleanup hitter for the Mustangs. One out the count. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Way ahead of it. As he was in his first at bat. Remember that, his second at bat, his first one against Tanner Nielsen, but he seemed to be quite a ways ahead of Tanner's pitch. Ended up grounding to third. 2-1 offering. Curveball. They're going to call a strike. That was in the iffy region, but the umpire gives Tanner Nielsen the benefit of the doubt in a 2-2 pitch. Little grounder. Tanner grabs it, turns around, underhand to first for the out. 3 up, 3 down, and that's the way this game seems to be going since the first inning. Mountain Crest with a 4-0 lead over the Dons.
Top up at 5th inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. There are no runners left on base.
At At J-Mart, we give away an elegantly framed piece of art every month. To enter, simply go to facebook.com/jmartprintandcopy. You could win one of these beautiful canvas prints. And if you have a photo of your own you would like to enlarge and frame, come to J-Mart and leave a lasting legacy.
Well, it's fun to dine at Taco Time. The service is great and the food is fine. So when you're feeling hungry, look for this sign and bring the family down to Taco Time. You can dine right in or take away. You're pleasantly surprised at the price you pay. The finest food, our own special way. That's Taco Time, we're open every day.
Taco Time at 641 Kirby Lane in Spanish Fork.
Spanish Fork bats came alive a little bit in the fourth inning as a walk and then a single from Brock Nelson. And that's where the Dons stranded two. So something actually happening with Spanish Fork's hitting in the fourth inning. But Jade Nielsen coming to the plate for Spanish Fork here in the fifth. He'll be followed by Ryan Golish and Cooper Thorpe. 6, 7, and 8 in the Dons lineup. As I have covered a lot of Dons baseball this year, not so much Mountain Crest, so I apologize if I am not as versed as far as the Mustangs are concerned. But knowing what I've seen from Spanish Fork, and I see it right there with a Jade Nielsen single, is the Dons lineup is about as equally distributed as far as talent is concerned as I have seen them in some time. And the Dons are typically a solid hitting team anyways, as Jason Money comes and runs for Jade Nielsen's speed up. The Dons have been fairly balanced in their lineup this season. Ryan Golish, the hitter, he struck out and is alone at bat in the third inning. Pitch. Golish holds back, ball one. So 2 hits have now been given up by Ben Weiss in this one. As the Dons have given up 7. That one in there for a strike. 1-1. So far they're only giving the Dons on the scoreboard credit for 1 hit. Should be 2 up there. And they're giving the Mustangs an extra run for some reason. Scoreboard needs to be updated, but they'll do it. There we go. We're starting to get it fixed up there. 2 balls, 1 strike. The count to Ryan Golish as Cooper Thorpe waits his turn on deck. Again, a speed-up runner and Jason Money at first base, so another a threat for Spanish Fork as far as base-stealing roles are concerned, and he is checked. Again, we want to remind you that the winner of this one waits until Thursday at 1:30 to play, or excuse me, I believe it's a 1:30 start time for the winner of this one. And then the loser of this one plays tomorrow at 11 a.m. here at Brent Brown Ballpark, as this tournament, the remainder of it, will be played right here on the campus of UVU. Count 2-1, pitch, fouled away, 2-2. We already know who the loser will play. That will be Salem Hills, as the Skyhawks defeated the Woods Cross Wildcats 8-2 prior to this one. 2-2 pitch, and getting out in front of it. Leaned to get into it as Ryan Golish pushes one to right for the out. Right field has been a busy place for Mick Tidrow out in right field. He's recorded quite a few outs from that right field position. Cooper Thorpe, the hitter. 4 of them, in fact. Ball lost in the dirt, 1-0 the count. to Thorpe, who lined out to short in his first at bat. Nick Roberts now on deck for Spanish Fork. Pitch on the way. Ground shot to third, staying in front of it. And turning the double play for the Mountain Crest Mustangs and starting it all off, Ty Hall. Sticking with it, didn't get a clean glove on it, but he stopped it in its tracks, made the play. And the double play ends the fifth inning. Spanish Fork scoreless. Mountain Crest Mustangs with 4 on the board here on Spanish Fork 17, DeseretNews.com and KSL.com.
Fill up your gas tank at the same time you fill yourself at the dugout. On the way to the job site, the office, or the ballpark, pop in for everything you need. Hot drinks, cold drinks, any size you want of all your favorite flavors. Build your own fresh salad to go for now or later, or choose from our home-styled sandwiches and fresh baked goods. Whether you're close to home plate or close to your home, swing by the dugout, located next to the ballparks in Spanish Fork.
Security Insurance Agency, serving the community with personal service since 1964. Longtime customer, Lane Henderson.
He's covered my business to my home and everything, provided excellent coverage throughout the years. Personally takes care of my needs, so I really appreciate that personal touch.
Let Clark Swenson and his entire staff take care of you. Security Insurance Agency, 290 North Main in Spanish Fork, or call 798-3500.
Due up for the Mountain Crest Mustangs, Jack Godfrey, Mick Tidrow, and Spencer Coombs. 5, 6, and 7 in the lineup for the Mustangs, who are hanging to that 4-0 lead over the Spanish Fork Dons. As Tanner Nielsen still on the mound for Spanish Fork, and since he has entered the game today, he has not given up a hit. That came with 1 out in the second inning when he entered the contest. That went in there for a strike. Two-1. Ground ball, third base side, diving, Golish, turning, throwing, making the play. What a nice job at third base by Ryan Golish of the Spanish Fork Dons to bring out number 1. And as much time as Tanner Nielsen has been throwing in this game, he has yet to record a single strikeout. Says a lot for the defense behind him. As Mick Tidrow to the plate. Watches ball 1 go by. Car Guys sponsoring today's instant replay. There's a ground ball to Cooper Thorpe. He has to make a quick move to pull it in, but making the play for the second out. The Car Guys are located at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork. Randy Brailsford and Calvin Youd are ready to make you a great deal on a nearly new automobile. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, you can find it all at the Car Guys. 794-0077 is the number you can reach them. A fly ball, and Bennett Bradford makes it another quick one defensively for the Spanish Fork Dons. Let's head to the bottom of 6, 4-0 Mountain Crest.
At J-Mart, we give away an elegantly framed piece of art every month. To enter, simply go to facebook.com/JMartPrint and copy. You could win one of these beautiful canvas prints. And if you have a photo of your own you would like to enlarge and frame, come to J-Mart and leave a lasting legacy.
Well, it's fun to dine at Taco Time. The service service is great and the food is fine. So when you're feeling hungry, look for this sign and bring the family down to Taco Time. You can dine right in or take away. Be pleasantly surprised at the price you pay. The finest food, our own special way. That's Taco Time, we're open every day.
Taco Time at 641 Kirby Lane in Spanish Fork.
Again, we would like to thank KSL at DeseretNews.com for participating in bringing this live broadcast to you today. As the Spanish Fork Dons, with 2 more opportunities to overcome a 4-run deficit that they face against this Mountain Crest Mustang team that has just been a defensive problem for everybody they've faced in this tournament. Nick Roberts, Bennett Bradford, Hayes Hall due up for Spanish Fork. 9-1-2 in the lineup. Roberts struck out in his lone at bat of this contest. Now in the 6th inning, if you're on the starting card and you have 1 at bat, that tells you that the defense has done a pretty darn good job against you that day. But it laid down the nice bunt, did Nick Roberts, but it caught the lip of the infield along the third base line of the infield grass and rolls into foul ground. Oh, 1 the count. Combined 0 for 5 for the next 3 hitters for Spanish Fork. A 1 pitch. And Roberts leaves it be. 1-1 the count. Ben Weiss continuing his work on the mound. Misses upstairs, and the count goes to 2-1. Last couple innings, he's faced some early worries, but he's overcome. And now has a 2-2 count on Nick Roberts, with Bennett Bradford waiting his turn on deck. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. That is strikeout number 4 on the day for Ben Weiss. And we have 1 down, and that'll bring up Bennett Bradford. He has struck out and grounded out today, making his 3rd plate appearance. Pitch on the way. Bradford fouls it off. The Bountiful Braves already here and ready to roll. As again, they'll take on Skyline in the contest following this one at 7 p.m. 0-2 the count to Bennett Bradford. With Hayes Hall now waiting on deck for Spanish Fork. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball missing. 1-2. As we approach rush hour here near Brent Brown Ballpark, a little grounder. Bradford might have a shot here. No, nice charge and a play made by Anthony Peterson, the shortstop. 2 down. It gets a little noisy at this ballpark as you know, you get towards that rush hour time, you get all this traffic near the park, and along with the crowd noise, this is going to be a noisy little diamond. Nice facility, nonetheless. Among the nicest in the state. 0-1 the count to Hayes Hall, who's flown out and grounded out. Both to the right side. Fly out was to right field, grounder to second. Curveball, he's going up the middle this time with a base hit. So keeping the inning alive for Spanish Fork is Hayes Hall as he records his first hit of the game, and Brady Bate coming to the dish. Bate has walked and flown out.
Number 10, Brady Bate.
Pitch on the way to Bate. Missing outside, the count 1-0. It's lefty and Ben Weiss has kept the Dons hitters on their heels today. Pitch, shot, third base side, gets underneath the glove of Hall at third. And I believe they will consider that a base hit for Spanish Fork. We'll see how they score it here. As the Dons now with runners at first and second with 2 out. They will call that a base hit. I believe, yes they do. A little timeout at the mound. Ben Weiss being settled a little bit. Brock Nelson, the header, the cleanup hitter for Spanish Fork. He was the first player for the Dons to get a base hit. That came in the 4th. He's also grounded out to second. As Brock digs in. Hayes Hall at second. Brady Bate at first. Both with singles in the inning. The Dons looking to capitalize here with a hit that could potentially bring a run or 2 home. Had a helping wind all day. We haven't seen a lot of the long ball hit in this one. Mostly a lot of short line drives that we've seen today. Brock watches a curveball in there for a strike. Trevor Perkins now waiting on deck for Spanish Fork. He's accounted 0-1. Again, the Dons seem to have a better eye on Weiss if he's coming out of the stretch as opposed to pitching from the windup. But problem is getting him out of the windup for Spanish Fork. Weiss has not had to spend a lot of time out of the stretch. Runner in Hayes Hall checked at second base. One. Pitch on the way to Brock Nelson, fouled away. The count goes to 1-2. The road to whoever loses this game becomes a whole lot harder with a loss today, as your need to win games to win the state championship gets multiplied by 2. As opposed to winning this one and potentially winning another game, as that one fouled off. And the count remaining 1-2 is Brock Nelson fighting off Ben Weiss. No bullpen action all day long for Mountain Crest. One, 2. Pitch on the way. Curveball. Nelson hanging back. Fouls it off. Fights it off. And the count remains 1-2. As Trevor Perkins waiting on deck is hoping for an opportunity. The Dons looking to score their first runs of the ball game. Something the Dons have not had a whole lot of trouble doing this year. They led the 4A in runs scored. Pitch. Ground ball, third base side, takes a funny hop. Hall has it. All he's got to do is tag Hayes, and he does. So Hayes Hall tagged out by Ty Hall, the third baseman. Don Strand 2, 1 inning to go. Mountain Crest 4, Dons nothing.
Fill up your gas tank at the same time you fill yourself at the dugout. On the way to the job site, the office, or the ballpark, pop in for everything you need. Hot drinks, cold drinks, any size you want of all your favorite flavors. Build your own fresh salad to go, for now or later, or choose from our home-styled sandwiches and fresh baked goods. Whether you're close to home plate or close to your home, swing by the dugout, located next to the ballparks in Spanish Fork.
Security Insurance Agency, serving the community with personal service since 1964. Longtime customer, Lane Henderson.
He's covered my business to my home and everything, provided excellent coverage throughout the years. Personally takes care of my needs, so I really appreciate that personal touch.
Let Clark Swenson and his entire staff take care of you. Security Insurance Agency, 290 North Main in Spanish Fork, or call 798-3500.
Due up for the Mountain Crest Mustangs here in the top of inning number 7. The 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the Mustang lineup. Ben Weiss, Tolian Takis, and Luke Smith. Weiss 0 for 2, Takis 0 for 2, Smith 2 for 3. Strike the call. Tanner Nielsen has come in for Spanish Fork and has no-hit the Mustangs since he got into this one. And as soon as I open my mouth, a shot to center. Bennett Bradford makes the play. Tracking it. Did he get to it? I thought he made the play. I guess not. From my angle, it looked like he did. See, on this replay, it looked weird. Yeah, it hopped straight up into his glove. No wonder I was fooled. I have that almost the same view as what you have right there. A double for Ben Weiss, so that's a first hit for Mountain Crest off of Tanner Nielsen. Tolian Takis, the hitter. Strike. First time that Nielsen has had to throw from the windup since the 3rd inning. He's had 3 up, 3 down since until this point. Pitch. In there for strike 2. Nielsen going right after him. Takis flew out his last time up. And his only time up against Tanner Nielsen. Pitch on the way. Upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 to waste there for Nielsen. Skyline has made their way into the park as well, so they'll be ready to roll as soon as the field is cleared following this contest. Foul ball down the 3rd base line, out of play, where it's out of any range for a fielder to get to it. We'll just continue action here. Time has been called as Takis being talked to by his 3rd base coach. Again, we'll select a member of each team as players of the game, sponsored by Taco Time. We'll invite you to try some great Southwest flavors at your nearest Taco Time for those in Spanish Fork City. Off of Highway 6, behind Deseret Book, 641 Kirby Lane. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Takis. Pitch, misses, full count. With Luke Smith on deck, the last thing you want if you're Spanish Fork is to go into that at-bat with nobody out, as the Dons will bring someone out of the bullpen here, and a swing and a miss strikeout. The first strikeout of the ball game for Tanner Nielsen. 1 down, and Luke Smith, the hitter. He is 2 for 3, as I mentioned before, but the only time he has faced Nielsen flew out to center field. Anything to the right side would probably advance a runner at the very least. That runner, who was brought in as a speed-up runner, looks like Weiss is out there. Pitch. Shot out to center, left center. That's going to be extra bases and a run scored for Mountain Crest if Weiss hustles, and he will. And a 5-0 lead for Mountain Crest in the 7th inning. 2 doubles in the inning for the Mustangs, and 2 of them in the game for Luke Smith. That'll bring up Anthony Peterson. Singled and walked.
The shortstop, number 3, Anthony Peterson.
And also lined out to second. Pitch on the way from Tanner, in there for a strike. Eight hits in the ball game for Mountain Crest, but only 2 off of Nielsen, and they've come both here in the 7th inning, resulting in an extra run and in another insurance run for Ben Weiss, who actually started the inning off with a double. Scored that last run. Pitch on the way. That one missing. Jade Nielsen behind the dish for Spanish Fort, trying to dig it up, put it in the zone. 1-1. Apologize if I'm getting a little scratchy here. Seems like some dust's getting into the air or something. Foul ground. Nielsen makes a play, Brock Nelson makes a play for the out. 2 down. Couldn't have worked out any better for Tanner Nielsen there. So 2 away. Ty Hall, the hitter. He is doubled. He is lined out twice, once into a double play. He was the first batter to face Tanner Nielsen. So now he has seen more at-bats against Nielsen than any other hitter as he watches the first one go by for ball 1. One-0 pitch. Line shot. Hayes Hall can't glove it. Another run will cross for the Mustangs. Single to the credit of Ty Hall. Hard shot at short. Hayes Hall can't handle it. Ty Hall, the benefactor. 9 hits in the game for Mountain Crest.
Left fielder, number 19, Nick Taylor.
Nick Taylor, the hitter. 0 for 3 today. Pitch. That one up the middle. Hayes should be able to handle this one. Flips it right over to Cooper Thorpe for the out. Damage done. 6 runs for the Mustangs in this one. 2 coming in the 7th. The Dons with one final last gasp chance coming in the bottom of the 7th. And they face a 6-0 deficit to the Mountain Crest Mustangs.
At J-Mart, we give away an elegantly framed piece of art every month. To enter, simply go to facebook.com/jmartprintandcopy. You could win one of these beautiful canvas prints. And if you have a photo of your own you would like to enlarge and frame, come to J-Mart and leave a lasting legacy.
Well, it's fun to dine at Taco Time. The service is great and the food is fine. So when you're feeling hungry, look for this sign and bring the family down to Taco Time. You can dine right in or take away. You're pleasantly surprised at the price you pay. The finest food, our own special way. That's Taco Time, we're open every day.
Taco Time at 641 Kirby Lane in Spanish Fork.
Three outs remain in this contest. A 6-0 Mountain Crest Mustang lead over the Spanish Fort Dons due up here in the 7th. Trevor Perkins, Jade Nielsen, and Ryan Golish. As the Dons, with their final gasp, coming here in the 7th inning, Ben Weiss on the mound for Mountain Crest has kept on going with what he started with. He is now gone 14 straight innings without giving up a run in the state tournament. The team has given up one as a base hit for Jade Nielsen to lead it off, or excuse me, Trevor Perkins. So the Dons fighting for life here. Jade Nielsen has flown out and singled. Coming to the plate, that was the first hit for Perkins. Again, we would like to thank the Car Guys for sponsoring Instant Replay today. You can find them at 872 North Main Street in Spanish Fork City. 801-798-0077 is the number you can reach them. If you're looking for something and you can't find it, talk to the Car Guys and they can help you. Nielsen watches the next one go by, 2-0. It's a big thing. It seems like Spanish Fork has been much better off as far as the bats are concerned when Weiss is pitching out of the stretch as opposed to in a wind-up situation for the Dons to get an early hit on him with nobody out. Could be a big benefit for Spanish Fork as they try to at least put a number on the board in this contest. We also want to thank Taco Time for sponsoring today's player of the game. Players of the game. We'll go with two of them today, one from each side. And J-Mart Printing, located at 270 North Main Street in Spanish Fork. They can print anything you need, including wedding invitations, business cards, magnets, yada, 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 at J-Mart Printing. Hanging strong, Jade Nielsen. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count. Foul ball into the out of play sections is seats right below where I sit. Count remains 2-2 as Jade continues to fight. Cloud buildup, and they said that the weather could become an issue this afternoon as far as winds are concerned. We haven't felt it a whole lot, which kind of surprised me. They said at about 5 o'clock expect some pretty hefty winds, and apparently it's going to hold off and wait for Bountiful and Skyline to take one another on as that game starts at 7 o'clock. 2-2 remains the count as Jade Nielsen just does not want to go away for Spanish Fork. Ben Weiss would love to have him out of the way. Ryan Golish waiting on deck. Pitch on the way. And a little blooper out into left field, but a play made by Nick Taylor, the left fielder. 1 away. That will bring up Ryan Golish. Struck out, flown out to right. It's number 7 hitter in the Dons lineup.
Number 22, Ryan Golish.
Again, Spanish Fork, 5 hits on the game, but they've scattered them through the innings to this point. Mountain Crest, benefactors of a huge first inning, which certainly set them up for a couple more runs in the 7th inning. Mountain Crest has been in some tight ones, and this is the largest lead they've had on anybody to this point. Fly ball to center for the out by Ryan Golish. One more to determine the winner of this one. As Cooper Thorpe coming to the plate.
Second baseman, number 1.
Again, as we set to close this broadcast out, regardless of the outcome, we would like to thank KSL.com and DeseretNews.com for their participation with us in bringing this to you live via stream and on Spanish Fork 17. And remind you, for those listening, and you better be listening, you better be interested, that the rest of the state tournament can be streamed live on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. Grounder to short, play to first, ball game over, and Mountain Crest has defeated the number 1 ranked team in the state of Utah, the Spanish Fort Dons, by a final score of 6-0. The Dons with 5 hits, no runs. The Mustangs, 6 runs, 9 hits. 1 error was committed in the game by the Spanish Fort Dons, as the Mustangs will go on to take on the winner of Skyline and Bountiful. We invite you to stay tuned for that one if you are streaming live on KSL or on DeseretNews.com. The Spanish Fort Dons will play tomorrow at 1:30 against the Salem Hills Skyhawks, a Region 8 battle. Renewed. They went 1-1 in region play against one another. Should be an interesting one. We invite you to stay tuned for that contest. For everyone from KSL, Deseret News,